What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Anthro 108 experience. Today I'm joined by my co-hosts,
Melissa
and
Sal.
Alright guys, today we've got a treat for you. We're going to be taking a look at an article entitled Mexicans Will Take the Jobs That Even Blacks Won't. An analysis of blackness, regionalism, and invisibility in contemporary Mexico. Today we've got a series of guests lined up for you, and we're going to be asking them a few questions. Stick around and find out. So Seth, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hello, my name is Seth. I'm a freshman. For some reason, we had access to this room. I'm currently taking the Latin American Anthropology 108, and I'm here to talk about the amazing article that we just introduced. And here is my good friend Melissa. She's gonna ask me some questions, and a few of my other friends. So, whatever that means.
Okay, so the first question would be, what did you learn about the topic?
Okay, that's a really good question. So this topic was about the Mexican national identities and how its ideologies developed over time to create like Afro-Latinos, and how their identification is usually like used as an invisibility factor, meaning that it talked about its national invisibility on blackness and how Mestiçai culture don't like really associate themselves to Afro-Mexican cultures.
Okay, the other question would be, how about the book?
Great question. So for the book, the author dives deep into the perspective of how even with different cultures, right, the customs that people in Latin America won't even consider race to be an important aspect to them because of the history and how they don't want to get associated with it. That concept of the Mestiçai has been ignoring Afro descendants and neglecting them from being embraced in their own culture because of historical and national identity or invisibility for that group of people.
The other question would be, what is the main argument of the article?
Okay, so for the main argument is that their historical and national invisibility, it led them to being, it gave them a pervasive knowledge of Afro-Mexican origins and have made migrants of the country to examine their own understanding of blackness, even when they were disciplined and told not to do so. Their concept of race erasure in Mexican cultures have made them migrants and became more aware of the things that have been hidden from them. For example, when children are taught in history in schools that the textbooks that they use, it hinders them from being talked about, such as slavery and its meaning, and they don't learn much about Afro-Mestiçai. Since the country is mostly based on federal systems, that means it's heavily influenced by whites and indigenous peoples. People often argue that these are revised quickly to expand representation in the Mexican population.
How is the argument relevant to US today?
Okay. So, usually people want to fit in, and there are countries out there who either see themselves as individualistic, like the US, or collectivists. Those who fit in want their lives to be normal and don't have to worry about being oppressed or put down upon because it helps them get through with it.
What can this say about Latin American?
Good question. So, in this article specifically, Latin America is all about having people who go out of their way to suppress a long history of their own culture to better fit in with the events of how we fit in today. Those who see us, or those who see this history, it benefits them, and those who don't take into account how it'll affect their own lives. It is a reflection on Latin America's racial formation and how it has increased over time to acknowledge Afro-American history or Afro-Mexican history.
Any missing